India, West Bengal, as mentioned before, and I'm back again with another demonstration of my second project known as, the same project known as Orbinate plus Circo, and this is the software, the algorithm structured for detecting orbital positions on circular orbits. Well, questions may arise that why haven't I designed an algorithm for detection of positions of orbits of elliptical orbit? But the foremost solution for this question is there is no constancy of the initial position. For example, it may look like an ellipse, but actually it's a circle. I'm using this in Windows 10, so it's a bit bulgy right over here, but actually it's a circle. An ellipse, there is no um, constant initial position. For example, this is a circle, and you can see that it has a certain position, initial position, and its all sides are same, although it has no side. But still, the most fascinating fact about this software is that it doesn't involve the utilization of any coordinator that is used by Orbinate for the software used for detecting the linear orbit position. Well, let's get on work with this software. Let the radius of this orbit be 7 units, and let the velocity of an object traveling on this orbit be 25 units, and we're gonna find the distance occupied after 2 hours. So let's opt now. This radio button has uh, significant utility. This button plays a vital role. For example, you have pressed this radio buttons once, that you will not get a second chance to refresh this buttons. Now this buttons actually helps in refreshing these buttons. Now let's obtain the data. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cough. Now the total parameter from this initial point, and this is the text boxes for giving a certain value to the initial points, and the total parameter starting from the initial point is 44 units. And let's obtain the ratio, the position ratio, that is 1 and 0.88. Now this 1 and 0.88 may be a bit difficult to comprehend, but actually this has many great advantages that I'll discuss later on. And let's obtain the circle parameters. Now here is 11 kilometer, here is 22 units, units, and here is 33, and the whole is 44. Now here is 0, as again it's coming back to the same position. Let's obtain the coordinate data. These four are known as coordinates, as we know, and the current coordinate is, obtain the coordinate data, is fourth coordinate exceeding mental composition recommended. Okay, no problem. Now the obtaining coordinate data, well, that message box that appeared right that now as actually for example, if we exceeded the coordinate parameter, the total parameter, then that message box would have appeared to warn you and to suggest you mental computations. And let's take a circumstance where we are exceeding the total parameter. Let's say, okay, oh no, sorry, I'm extremely sorry, we have already exceeded the whole parameter. We can see the total parameter is 44 units, but the position acquired after 2 hours by the object is 50 units. That means we have exceeded the total parameter of this whole orbit. So the message box appeared. You can see that exceeding parameter, mental computation recommended. This dialog box appears when the current quadrant, the position acquired, is greater than the total parameter. Okay, let's say okay. Now let's select a circumstance where we are within the total parameter. Let's say we're gonna select the same 77 units. Let's obtain the data, and total parameter is 484, and let's obtain the ratio 1:9.68. and let's obtain the circle parameters. This is constant, as 0 units, and this is 121, this is 242, and 363. And the velocity, and as we know, the velocity is 50 units. And let's refresh this again. Now, a question may arrive: what is the utility of this position ratio? Now, let's say this is the whole ratio, 9.68, or let's consider this as full 9 is the whole ratio. Now 1 is the ratio of the distance traveled by the object. Let's say this is 9, so the half of 9 is 4.5, and the symmetrical point of 4.5 is 1 is let's say 2.25, and its half is 1.125, or let's say 1. Now we can see the object is in first quadrant. Okay, let's say it's first quadrant, and its position is right over here, the mouse position. And as I mentioned, that the fascinating thing about this software is that it doesn't require the utilization of any coordinator. Thank you.